bigger is not always better. If you're in the city, we're today in Humboldt Park, you see a lot of projects that look just absolutely over the top, something like this. Today, we're talking to Merrick from Mastery. He owns and runs Noble Construction, and he does a lot of these projects. And here's what we want to know. He's doing something that everybody aspires to do. Yet, he says, Andrew, man, I want to do simple projects that make a lot of money, a lot of cash and cash return. So get ready for an exciting interview with Merrick. Hey guys, we're here with Merrick from Noble Construction. So number one, Merrick, welcome.
Thank you so much.
So, Merrick, just as a background for the audience, you guys do a lot of these types of projects, right? People are fascinated by this sort of thing. The market kind of is interesting right now. Some markets are really hot, some are not so hot. What is going on in the Humboldt Park area, this part of Chicago?
Yeah, Humboldt Park is growing for many years now. I think it's over 10 years that it's been developing, and people are actually seeking to live here because it's close to proximity to the city, to the center, and then the prices are relatively more affordable.
Okay, but affordable here is going to be different, right?
Yeah.
So a property like this, what do you guys hope to get for this property, ideally?
We are hoping to get 750 to 800,000.
750 to 800,000.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is going to be a 2-unit when it's all said and done.
Yes.
Right. So you bought this property for ballpark how much?
We bought it for 230,000.
230, and then how, in terms of work, how much work?
Yeah, with all the troubles and unexpected issues, without missing foundation, not having footings, ending up underpinning the house, we are in about 260,000.
About 260, right? And on the back end, so a lot of times, right, people will look at that, oh my God, look at how much money Merrick is making. This is what I want to do. I don't want to do small properties, right? I want to do these big properties. What would you say to that?
Yeah, I would disagree, and that's why I actually joined you, Andrew, because I want to learn to do smart work rather than hard work. So this is hard work. It's a lot of headaches. It's a lot of stress and a lot of time. And if you are not on top of things, then this can be easily 2-3 year long project, which can actually make you bankrupt anytime, any day.
Right.
And anybody.
So what a lot of people fail to realize is the amount of risk, headache, stress that goes into this. And you said something that was funny the other day. You're like, Andrew, give me your problems all day long.
Yeah.
Right? What do you mean by that? Explain that.
Yeah, so people around me and the investors who are doing the smart way, who are doing it the smart way and doing small bungalows and ranches, they struggle daily with these little problems that for us as a construction company, we can just laugh at because those are not even problems for us. We can just overcome them just like that.
Right. So for you, right? Obviously, I mean, you've done well, right? I mean, real estate's been good to you to the most extent, right? So if somebody was to ask you, say, hey man, take on 4 or 5 more projects or have a portfolio over the next, let's say 5 years, right? 5 years, 20,000 a month net. What is your goal? What is Merrick's goal for you and your family?
Yeah, so my goal is to switch into your formula and keep as many properties, as many doors, and rent them as possible.
Okay.
I would anytime, any day choose to hold the property now and to rent rather than sleep.
Okay, so you're Eastern European by heritage, right?
Yep.
And a lot of the Eastern European population is in the construction business,
Yep.
right? And a lot of times their mindset is, oh, no, not these small properties, man. I want to go big. I want to do bigger projects. They're hard workers. They're not afraid of work,
Yep.
right? But why is that mindset there of just working rather than truly building cash flow? Because they have all the skill sets.
Yeah. Yeah, and I grew up in that kind of family too. So my father is a builder, so I was on the construction since I was 6. All my injuries happened on the construction, and we were hardworking family. So I had to wake up before school at 4:35 a.m. to do some work before I go to school, then come back from school and go back to work.
Right.
So I was led by that, but I think there is a scarcity mindset about like we need to work hard to provide for our family, we need to work hard to survive, and all those slogans that we use there. But when I came here and I learned from smart people like you guys, it's not about taking on the biggest projects, the hardest project, and the most profitable project that actually can very easily turn into the very opposite than to profitable project, and you can lose everything you have. The transformation is based on me learning and hearing all these stories, how you can make the profit good enough on small little projects rather than double the profit if you are lucky, if everything goes well on bigger project like this.
Got it. So for you, right, you can take on multifamily properties,
Yeah.
right? You can do like, a 20 unit, 25 unit, 30 unit. So what's kind of the strategy at this point for you moving forward?
So I'm seeking to build up cash on smaller projects so we can get into the bigger multi-units, 20, 40, 60 unit. If possible, find something that needs a lot of rehab because we are good at that. Where we could save some money, remodel it, flip it, and then hold it to rent it out. So that would be the goal, to get into the multi-units, 20, 40, 60 units, maybe even more.
Okay. So what would you say to that audience? Because just actually yesterday, I had the funniest conversation with somebody, and they're like, Andrew, I have 16 properties and I'm making about $9,000 a month, right? 16 properties, 9,000 a month net, right? He's like, man, I saw Merrick's video and I'm going to go big. I'm going to sell those $1.5 million homes. And I'm like, maybe you want to talk to him before you, before you go big. Just my suggestion. Yeah. But what would you say to that person? Because this is a very aspirational thing, right? You see somebody doing beautiful projects. What would you say to that average person watching?
Yeah, as I said, unless you guys have super huge experience in construction and/or are contractors, contractors, experienced ones, I would not recommend it because, as I said, there is a lot of pitfalls in projects like this, and especially in the homes that are old, 100 years old and older homes. There are foundation issues, there are no footings, foundations are crumbling, there are brick foundation, there are no foundation, missing foundations. So all these can add up to the price really, really fast. And especially if you are not experienced, then also it can affect the time, which is most important in these projects. If we hold these instead of 10 months or 9 months for a year and a half, we lose all the profits or half of the profits on the interest and holding fees, holding costs.
So for you, whenever you're looking at a project, right, how do you decide, okay, yeah, this is profitable enough for me, or this is not profitable? Because for some person, they may look at it, they go, hey man, I'm making 60, 70, 80,000 bucks. Oh my God, it's great. Yeah. And they're going to jump in. For you, you're much more selective. Why? Yeah.
So I do 20% of the ARV. So I think of the ARV, and if I cannot have 20% of ARV, then I would say it's not a very good project. And also it depends on how much time and how much money it needs in construction. So if the construction is 30% of the ARV, I don't want 20% profit. I want 30% profit.
Got it.
Because that again, the amount of risk, amount of time, amount of energy that it requires, I want the money back, and I want the profit to cover all my stress. And
got it. So in terms of numbers, if you're going to sell the property for $1 million, right, and you're going to make 200,000. Right, you're happy with that as long as the construction cost is less than 200,000.
Correct.
Right. If the construction cost is 300,000, now you're doing a lot more work. So then you're like, no, I at least have to make that 300,000 in profit, because now you just did a lot more work than you would have. Right. So that's the 20% rule, and or the construction cost, whichever is greater. Right. Okay. Got it. So having said that, what do you feel you're operating kind of in the north side of Chicago, right? North and west side of Chicago. What do you think the outlook is from your perspective in terms of demand in the markets you're operating in?
Yeah, I don't see any decline, especially in the better areas. I see still lack of inventory actually, and the prices are stagnating or dropping very little. But as I said, like the lack of inventory actually is keeping the market pretty good.
Got it. So from your end, it's pretty stable. Obviously, we're not seeing the price increases we did 2 years ago,
Yes.
right? I mean, because that was just absolutely crazy, right? So guys, you heard it first. With Merrick, thank you so much. He does a great construction company. You have any retail projects, big projects that he can do, you want him to bid, he would love to hear from you. And if you have any multi-units that need a lot of work, he's looking, right?
Yes.
Talk to you soon.
So much.
Guys, if you want to learn how to do flips and make massive profits, or you want to learn how to build a cash flow for life, make sure you follow, and show up at our next meeting. You go to andrewholmesrealestate.com. Make sure you register, come to the meeting in person. It's 100% free, or join us online. Talk to you soon.